Got some scavenger action for you if I don't wipe out. Don't use your front brake in sand and grit. Bad. What do we got here? Looks like we've got some Valentine's Day throwouts. Someone got some nice roses, I'll tell you that. Look at that. Freetail Swagola. It makes you wonder, Flowerama. It makes you wonder how many of these are just literally throw in the garbage. And that's a really heavy duty piece of glassware there. I don't see a marking, but it's just treated like disposable stuff, and that's pretty nice, really. Try not to break that. I think there might have been a third one by the looks of it. Maybe. So I'm starting this little show today with about an hour and 15 minutes of sunlight left. Or so, anyways. Hey, look at that drill down there. What do you think about that? From time to time, I'll get questions about my stock market stuff, and I don't want to take up people's time, but Generac, you could do worse than buying that. Generac's one you want to watch out for. I don't like giving tips out because there's already been, in the last 10 months, there's been 3 different events that sent the stock market tumbling. So that's why I don't want to give anyone tips. But if you're interested in doing it yourself and paying attention, Generac, you ought to know by now. What do you think about that? Generac just teamed up with a solar company called Sonova. So Sonova is their partner, and they're going to be competing with my M-Phase and my Solar Edge companies. Generac is a 50-year-old company out of Wisconsin, and they just teamed up with a solar company in Houston, and they got their act together. So those are 4 you want to watch out for. Nice little piece of aluminum. What is that thing? part of a truck bumper or something. Nice pieces of aluminum. Can't argue with that. Ah, Farkle. Farkle giveaway, March 31st. Down in the description. Oh boy, nice piece of aluminum. It's good stuff. Down in the bottom of the description, you will find the instructions, date and time of the giveaway. This is a high quality marine life store. Saltwater and freshwater fish tanks and stuff. And they always throw away a bunch of equipment. Looks like it's got some water damage to it. They throw away, or they do like house calls. Businesses and houses and stuff, take care of people's stuff. And they get a lot of old stuff, either replace it, or I'm not sure exactly how they get it, but lots of old stuff in there. Mainly just scrap metal, but I have gotten some usable stuff out of there for sure. Hey, look at it. It's an interesting deal. That trading stock market site I use is called Robinhood. Links down in the description. You can get a free stock if you sign up. You don't have to deposit anything to get the free stock. Some nice wire on there. That's the site I use. It's totally free to use, so it really opens the door up for small-time investors such as myself. That's really not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna cut the wires off here. That's probably usable stuff, though, huh? It wouldn't be too hard to rewire that. I might hang on to that. It's actually got some decent usable value. If I were to come across the day where I needed something like that. Those are all very new-looking outlets. Tell you what I'll do, I'm just gonna leave them intact, but I'm gonna come back when the video's over and snatch them up and take them home. They're too bulky to carry around, but I'm gonna try to reuse that one day. But I got into a deal where I wanted to try to start a private fund with some of my watchers. I've been watching for a while. I got shut down because there's a rule saying you have to be an accredited investor, which means you have to make $250,000 a year to invest in a private fund like I was going to start. But recently that exact rule, the only thing that was stopping me, is under pressure. They're going to try to change it because it's an antique of a rule. It was spawned out of the Great Depression in the 1930s, and that's just simply a different world we live in today. So that rule is under a lot of pressure, and hopefully they will change it. But anyways, for those of you interested, Generac, Enphase Energy, and Solar Edge. That's nice aluminum. Have all been on a nice little run lately. So Sonova is one that just started or just went public, and they haven't went out. They went out a run. They've doubled, but they haven't went out a big run. So I'm expecting that one to really do well. I guess all 4 of them have went on a nice run, but anyways, I wouldn't suggest doing stuff like that if you don't have a little bit of time to research. I mean, it's easy. You just Google these companies and read about them and stuff. If you don't have time to follow what's going on in the stock market, especially in these days with the coronavirus and stuff, I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you just want to buy a real high quality company like Waste Management or NextEra Energy. You know, I just look at it once a month.
Careful, because we've been finding a lot of needles.
Needles?
Yes.
All right.
I just wanted to do that.
Appreciate that.
That's what you're doing now.
Yeah?
I love recycling.
You mind being on YouTube video? You mind being on YouTube video? Okay. No, I mean, I got your face on there. I'll edit it out.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't.
But it's it got the noise where I said there might be a lot of needles in there.
No, I don't like sticking the camera in people's face.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Without asking if they want to be on it.
Fine.
I'll edit you out if you want.
You're fine.
I appreciate it. Have a good day. Hey, now that I'm in a safe zone, some interesting things have been going on at that Robinhood site. I'll try to go fast, not take up your time. There's been some big developments at that site. Got this debit card from them. So they're offering, I think it's at 1.3% now. If you just totally get all out of, get totally out of the stock market, and they just let your cash sit there, and it's like a savings account. It was 1.8. I think it was over 2 for a while, maybe. I think it's 1.3 now. It just fluctuates, goes up and down. But it's a real nice like savings account, and you can use this debit card, wherever MasterCard is accepted, and which is basically anywhere. You have instant access to your money and your brokerage account, which is a pretty novel idea. And also they're going to fractional shares. So like Waste Management's $117 stock today, and NextEra Energy, the 2 I just recommended, they're real safe. It's like a $270 stock. So a lot of people don't have that kind of money to just flat out buy a stock, but they go to fractional shares. They haven't got it totally launched yet, but it's going to be really soon. So if you have, you've probably seen commercials on TV about it. As little as $1, you can buy part of a Waste Management stock or a NextEra or any stock you want. I mean, those are just the ones I would recommend. And those are the ones I follow that I know are safe. So fractional shares, man. You can invest $1 in Waste Management, which is pretty cool. And at the touch of a button, for you smartphone users out there, even on your phone, I got a nice app. You can just instantly get totally out of the stock market. And it goes into a, like if you get scared, you can just sell. And it goes into a savings account where you earn interest. So that's pretty cool, man. That Robinhood site, they just made a bunch of people angry. Leap year, they didn't code, as the way I understand it, they didn't code their site to take in leap year. So on March 2nd, one of the biggest gains in the history of the stock market, or close to it, their site crashed because their code was looking for March 3rd, but it's really March 2nd. So if you Google it, you'll see it. I gotta get out of here. I'm getting some eyeballs on me now, but I don't know If you remember the Y2K fears, all the fears leading up to that about the computers shutting down basically the world because of the year 2000. They didn't program it to change from 1999 to 2000. So the years leading up to it, they went in and made all the changes, and people, when nothing bad happened, people just thought it was some kind of hoax. But that Robinhood site not coding for leap year just goes to prove that could have been a total disaster if they wouldn't have fixed it in the years leading up to it. But that site Robinhood, they really have some really neat features going on. It's just ultra convenient, and it gives folks like me access to the money markets that I never would have had because it's commission free, you know. And you can just buy one share. Now you can buy $1. Now you can buy, like if you bought $1 worth of Tesla, you would be buying 1/700th of a stock, which is unheard of until now. Or 1/700th of a share, I mean. I wish it would have been around 20 years ago. But you can also lose your money, so I don't want to talk anyone into anything. The one thing I've noticed is my worst decisions have been selling after a loss. Selling out of fear. Because you can either sell before something happens, or right when it starts to happen, you can sell and get out and be okay. But if you don't sell and it plunges down, then the only time you actually lose money is when you sell. So if you just hang on to it, it'll generally, most times it will come back up, unless it's, you know, something terrible, like they got caught, you know, cheating and fudging the numbers or something. But if I would have just hung on to a couple stocks instead of selling, I would be up like 500%, 600, 700% maybe in the last 10 months. Wind chime action. I'm almost tempted just to hang on to those. So with that Robinhood, that debit card I was showing you, you could just use it just as a straight savings account if you wanted to, with a real good percentage. And having a debit card to use with a savings account, that's pretty cool, because a lot of savings accounts won't let you withdraw, you know, money 30 times a month if you want to. Like my savings account, I have at a brick and mortar bank. I'm only allowed to write do like 3 withdrawals from my savings account. So just using it for a savings account alone is cool. And I kind of hesitant to advise people to invest in the stock market, because you can lose your money. But my number one rule is just invest your farkles. You know what I mean? I'm trying to reach in my pocket here. I was planning on finding some farkles here and say that, but just invest your farkles. That way, if you lose it, then it's no big deal, you know. Just invest the money that you can lose. That's my number one rule to anyone that I might influence to open an account at Robinhood. Just invest the money that you could drive down the street and throw out your window, and it wouldn't change your life. Yeah, might hurt a little bit, but you know, you can wake up tomorrow and be none, you know, just none the different. Okay, that's enough of that. I gotta find a Farkle around here somewhere. Here, Farkle, Farkle, Farkle. Wow, no Farkles. I'll take my my consolation Farkle. It's worth about a penny. Unfortunately, with those cans, where I live, actually one can's totally worthless. It takes about 2 dozen of them to weigh a pound, and at that time they're worth like 30 cents a pound, or 35, wherever it's at. Freetail action. If you're new to my videos, this is my Freetail store, where I throw some dumpster dive swag. Chalkboard still here. Milk glass lamp still here. Okay. If you're interested in this place, I'll put the playlist is down in the description. If you click on it, the address and stuff will be in every one of the videos. All the information you need. I think that's an e-cigarette, part of an e-cigarette. And I think that's gold plate in there. I could be wrong, it might be brass. But I'm pretty sure that that is gold plate. So that's enough to save. And you could probably send something like that to board sort, or sell it to anyone that recovers gold. It's a fair amount in there. I mean, it's not worth a lot, but it definitely adds up. I found some Christmas lights. Oh, we'll turn the camera off for. There's some neat little chairs. Swing back by and get these. Those will disappear from the Freetail Store quick. If someone else gets them, that's fine. Let's see here. Here. Oh, hey, look at that. It's like a laptop adapter and a cool little plug and play Spider-Man. Check that out. Hey, that one feels nice. It's got some decent weight to it. Huh. Haven't seen one like that. This seems like it's a little higher quality Marvel. It's got a good feel to it. Spider-Man lost a sock, I think. And a bag of bolts. Spider-Man plug and play's got a little value to it. It works. Technically, this would be considered trespassing. It's behind a gate, a closed gate. Got this high-tech lock opening and closing device on it. Actually, I think that's my bungee cord. Theirs broke one day about 10 years ago. I think that's mine. Maybe. Looks like it broke again. I got two of them tied together. My battery's pooing out. That's a nice little monitor. I'll put that in the Freetail Store. It's an older one. It's got some weight to it. Come on, battery. You gotta hold up for a second so I can show a big forkle. Thanks, battery. Went back for the chairs. The chairs were gone. They got snatched up in minutes. I got a little consolation prize. It's got kind of a rainbow color. Look at it. A windshield screen, dashboard screen, and then after the battery was dead on the way home, just scored this nice little suitcase, nice clean one. And of course inside is your typical thing you would see when you open a suitcase. A hairstyling mannequin head, a purse, a toy car, a router, and a watch. What kind of watch is it anyway? Oh, it's got a big goldfish. And what does that say? It might say Disney. Ed Hardy. Doesn't say Disney. Ed Hardy. Never heard of that watch before. An Ed Hardy. That might have some decent value to it. Looks like it's almost unused. Anyways, the purse is kind of beat up, but that's that. The other day, off camera, I found this little pane. I collected nice little hunting cap. That's what I need when I'm out there walking with Creasy. I need to get her an orange vest too. But that's a nice little hat. Real nice. Reversible camo. Hunter's orange. And then I collect this kind of stuff. It's not like anything super awesome, but it's just the fact that I find it in the garbage. Every one of these pieces I found has actually came straight out of the dumpster. Not sitting next to it or anything like that. Actually in the garbage. This is an original. It's signed TW. That's actually quite nice. I don't know how well the camera can pick that up, but that's some nice brushstroke action in there. That's definitely from a experienced painter, and I can feel the paint raised up, so it's definitely an original. I like that original stuff, that one-of-a-kind stuff, and I don't know, I think that's one of the better ones I've ever found. Little bluebird. It's got some really nice detail on there. Anyways, I like collecting that. That's one for the vault. I'll show you the vault someday. And then scrap, nice little piece of scrap. Okay, so I'm gonna go inside now and show you some of that Robinhood action real quick. I know some people don't enjoy watching that, it's boring. But for those who want to stick around, I'm gonna go inside and do that. For everyone else, I sure hope you enjoyed the show. These are gonna come in handy one day, I think. And as always, thanks for watching. Come on, babe. Come on. Come on. Come on. There she is. There she is. There she is. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Nice to see you. Goodbye. This is what Robinhood is going to look like. I'm not going to go too into depth on anything, but for those of you that may have seen past videos, this was like 20,000. I have withdrawn 11,500. I know there's going to be someone thinking that, so I'll explain that real quick. Okay, over here, I just want to go down some of these stocks I'm on. So over here, I have this big long list of stocks. It's basically like a big index of stocks that I'm on. And then down here, there's the watch list. So I have a bunch of stocks on there. My little sector, my little niche is clean energy for the most part. And then I'm on some landfill sites. Waste management, which is here, WM. That's actually on my watch list. I kind of made a mistake with that. I sold it today. Casella Waste and Republic Service. Those are my 3 landfill sites. So right now I'm super diversified. So I'll kind of alternate back and forth. Sometimes I'll get on like when Enphase, shut up. When Enphase or Solar Edge is having their earnings call, I'll get on these 2 heavy, and they've just been popping the last 4 quarters, 3 out of the 4 quarters, just straight up. So 10 months ago when I first started recommending this stuff, this isn't something I wanted to happen. It's not something I hope would happen. This is just something I stumbled upon. One day I got the idea about all this plastic that I see, and I know that one day that plastic's going to have to come to an end, and they're going to start going biodegradable plastic. And I was looking for that. I was looking for a company to invest in, and I couldn't find one, but I stumbled upon this solar energy, clean energy, renewable energy. It's just 10 months ago was just the absolute perfect time I could have started looking. It's just starting to take off. Over the next 20 or 30 years, this is what you want to look at. I mean, it's what I'm going to look at. This is my sector. I'm not going to really mess with anything else except for this. Enphase and SolarEdge, they make solar panel parts. Just to make it quick. So these two companies, like some solar companies struggle because it's just starting to get going, and they've had a lot of problems. But these two companies make parts to put solar panels together, to make a long story short, and they're just hopping. I started recommending this at $9 10 months ago. It's at 53 right now. It got up to 58 the other day. I started recommending SolarEdge when it was at $44. It's at 133. I got up to 140 the other day. Let me show you next energy. At that same time, 10 months ago, I started recommending this. It was at $188. It's at 271 now. It was at 282 the other day. So as you can see, I happened to be exactly right. That Enphase has really treated me well. I've made some mistakes. Shut up. He's annoying. He's annoyed I'm not paying attention to him. I don't know if you can hear him now or not. Oh, jerk. Let's see, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. Fuel cell. This is a hydrogen fuel cell company. It's a super awesome technology, but they're like a 50-year-old company. And so hydrogen fuel cells, I didn't know this, but they've been around for 50 years, and it was such an advanced technology, the world just wasn't really ready for it. And nobody wanted it. So it was a failing business. 10 months ago, I started buying it at 28 cents a share. They were about to go bankrupt. It was mismanaged. I don't know if it was so much mismanaged. Just, the world just wasn't ready for hydrogen fuel cells. But now the world has swung around, and this technology is just sitting there waiting. And like ExxonMobil is snatching up, giving them a bunch of money. They got carbon capture technology. And I just thought this was going to be awesome. And I had bought like 10,000 shares of this at like 69 cents a share, and it just fell. It went all the way down to 29 cents, and I got scared and sold it at 29 cents, just a massive loss. And then a few months later, it shot up to $2.60, $2.80, something like that. And now this coronavirus has all these stocks kind of down a little bit. But this is gonna hop back up to over $2 pretty quick. But that was a major loss. That was a major mistake. It would have been like $40,000, $35,000 if I just wouldn't have sold it, if I just hung on. So fear has a lot to do with it. I saw an interesting quote by Warren Buffett the other day. Said something like, he buys when everyone's fearful, and he's fearful when everyone else is buying. I took his advice. This was Friday. I did all this as the stock market was just going down, 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 down. I was buy, just in small little increments all day long. Buy. And then the last 45 minutes of the day, just pow! It just and I'm expecting Monday. You're going to be seeing this video Saturday. I expect Monday the stock market's going to probably go up and up pretty good, at least for the first part of the day. And then either late Monday or Tuesday, it's just going to go straight down. Is what I'm expecting. I could be wrong, but just keep that in mind if you're interested. Okay, this is getting kind of long, and I don't want to bore people. Some people are super interested in what I'm saying here. I'm going to run down the list of stocks. My TV is kind of far away, so I got my mouse way back here on my desk. So I'll show you my stocks. This is all going to be basically, for the most part, in the clean energy, renewable energy sector with those 3 landfill sites. I'll get down to it. Let's see. You can just check these out if you want. I don't want to, it'll be too long for me to explain what they all are. TERP, CZZ, NEE. This is an awesome stock. This is outstanding. In my opinion, this is one of the best on the planet. You just really can't go wrong with this dude right here. It would take an asteroid impact to affect this stock, to make it go down over time. Peggy, NEP. NEP is the same company as NEE at a cheaper price. So you can just Google that and see the story there. First Solar, SunPower, Jinko, Plug. This is a hydrogen fuel cell. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, has invested heavily in this one. This mainly fuel cells for like forklifts and warehouse trucks and that kind of stuff. Sunrun, Vivint Solar. So basically, a lot of my videos are about, you know, showing making money scrapping and scavenging, and I'm attacking this stock market just like a scavenger. Okay, that's kind of how I'm doing it. And I'd be a schmuck if I didn't show this to you here and there, because if I end up making, you know, acquiring some wealth, and then next year I'm out making scrap videos about making $4 taking some copper out of a TV, you know, it would be schmuckish of me to not talk about this and then do that. So here it is. Enphase, this is my baby company. Solar Edge, these two are very similar, except for Solar Edge is getting into electrical cars, not the car, just the drivetrains, and like the equipment that would be like at a gas station, but in this case it would be like a battery charging station. So you want to watch out for Solar Edge. It's in California. This one's in Israel. Brookfield is an awesome one. They're into hydropower and that kind of stuff. They got a real nice hydropower water dam. So that's just, I mean, that's just gonna keep them in business no matter what. And I mean, they're in all kinds of other stuff too, wind and solar. Canadian Solar, Hasi. This is an index fund. So basically, what I have here is my own. I created my own index fund. All these stocks. It's like an ETF. It's just a big group of the stocks in a similar sector. Hasi is what I have here. It's different stocks, but it's all in the clean energy. This one here is specifically geared towards companies that are going to be battling global warming. So it's all clean, renewable energy. So if you don't have time to study all this like I'm doing, and you just want to take it easy, you can get into an index fund. One I'd recommend is this one, HASI. Google that. International Paper. They do it right with trees and recycling and stuff. They're kind of struggling right now. Casella Waste at landfill, fuel cell. I talked about that. Another hydrogen fuel cell. Republic Service is a landfill garbage dumpster service with Casella Waste and waste management. Seawind. That's a nice one. I like that one. BAM, Ballard Power, another fuel cell company, doing well. NEO is the Chinese equivalent to Tesla. It's way down at $3.54. It's been bouncing around from $1.80 to like $4.50 here lately. It's kind of down in the dumps right now, but you know, in a year or two, maybe this could be something that could actually take off. So NEO, that's China's Tesla. You want probably keep an eye on that one. They've been having some problems, but you never know. Something like that could make people millionaires. This is a wind company. Bloom Energy, I believe, is another fuel cell company. Sunnova, this is one that's tied in with Generac that I talked about in the beginning of the video. This is a high quality stock that you would want to keep an eye on for sure. Nova. DQ, that's a Chinese energy company. They're doing good. TAN is another index fund. It's got a bunch of different kinds of companies in the renewable clean energy sector. So like I was saying before, if you don't have time to study and know everything, you can just put some money in this index fund. ETF right here, TAN, that's a good one. Sunworks is one you want to keep an eye on. They're out in California. They've had some problems and maybe some mismanagement. I'm not quite sure exactly what the deal was, but they're trying to get back up, and there's a lot of things, a lot of tailwinds that could push this place. You want to watch out for Sunworks. QCLN. This is this one's out of my sector. This is just kind of for fun. This is Virgin Galactic, the first private space company. They're going to be launching people into orbit, taking trips around the planet. Late summer, I think. Space, or SPCE, that's Virgin Galactic. But they just moved out to New Mexico, I think is where they just moved to. And they're gearing up, man. They're ready to go. They're going to start launching people. Private citizens pay money, go out in orbit, fly around space a little bit. Pretty cool. So I just kind of have that for fun. West Rock. There's Generac right there. This was down at like $90, $95 not too long ago. They're rocking and rolling. EVA and Viva. This is a neat one. They make wood pellets to replace coal in the coal-powered power plants. They make wood pellets. You just throw the wood pellets in there and produces energy like coal, but it's a renewable resource and it's sustainable. And they got their act together. Here's Drive. This is an electric car index fund. Drive. Like I was saying, so index funds, ETFs, they call them. That's the kind of stuff, if you don't want to do a lot of homework, don't want to do a lot of studying, get into those index funds, the ETFs, and they'll do it all for you. And you just sit back and see how it's going. One's Drive. Another one is Cars. It's very similar to Drive. Electric cars, index fund. A whole list of companies that have to do with electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are going to be huge. And we're going to see it in our lifetime, next 20 or 30 years. It's a massive shift into being electrification. Whole planet's going there. T-Pick, this is a wind company. They make the giant windmill arms, blades. They're awesome. And they're also getting into making car bodies here, I think, pretty soon out of the same material. Super durable. ACE is another index ETF. iClean's another index of clean energy. Green Plains doesn't kind of really belong here. They make ethanol. Ethanol is basically grain alcohol. It's actually real clean. That's what they put into our gas. Battery, BAT. This is an index fund of people that are making electrical batteries for storage and electric vehicles and stuff. So that's the one you want to maybe keep an eye on. AMAT, Cree, they make LED light bulbs. That's my U.S. Concrete. They're doing really bad here lately, but they got a special way of making concrete that's pretty cool. And then GFL, Smog. Smog's an index fund that describes itself. LIT, L-I-T. LIT is another index of lithium batteries. Companies are involved with making lithium batteries. ABB, AMRC, PBW, Uber. This is the very first time I got on Uber. That's kind of out of my territory, but the price fell down so far, and Uber's going to maybe starting to get into other things besides ride sharing and food delivery. They might end up hooking up with like FedEx and UPS and the postal system. So they have, in long term, they could be something special. ENS, and then down here's my watch list of stuff. Siggy, PCG. That's not one I'll ever. I'm just watching that one to see what happens. That's the one that caused the forest fires out in California. XCL, Tesla. There's Tesla at 690. I was tempted to buy one stock of that today, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. The thing about Tesla is it could go up to 900 by the end of next week. GoPro, which I'm shooting this with. I'm just out of curiosity watching that one. WY, Waste Management, WM, Azure. Look at that, evergreen today. Look at that. What do you think about that? That's in India. This is a company that's doing the solar thing in India. So that's one you could really skyrocket in time. Keep an eye on that. Package, they make packaging. Beyond Meat, Walmart. I'm just out of curiosity watching Walmart. They were actually green today. Tech, Reggie, On, ALB. Some of the ones I'm watching aren't actually in my niche. I'm just kind of watching just for the heck of it. CVA, AUK, ENR. That's Energizer batteries. I'm just showing to you. NVIDIA. So a lot of these down on my watch list aren't things I'd ever really invest in. I'm just kind of watching for the heck of it. I don't even know what some of them are, but you know, just by looking at them right now. But this is the first time I've got so heavily diversified. It's because the media, CNBC, is just fear-mongering people, just scaring them to death, scaring them into selling. And like I was saying, selling out of fear is the worst thing you could ever do. I actually bought all day long today while they were talking doom and gloom. And then the last hour, pow! And then I'm expecting Monday to go like this, at least for a little while. I could be wrong, but it's a bit of a pattern developing. And it's super volatile not because of the coronavirus, but because of, I think, in CNBC, they have a lot of sway. They can manipulate the market, and a lot of their commentators, a lot of their journalists, they're saying things that just, I mean, they're using words like zombification. We're gonna be quarantined in our houses, and just, I mean, just all this stuff that they don't know if it's true or not. I don't know how it's legal, but I don't want to get into that. But they're just scaring the death out of people. So, anyways, that's that. Let me show you where I'm at for the 10 years, or 10 months. This was what I said when I did with Fuel Cell. That was like a $7,000 loss. And then Enphase and Solar Edge got me back up. And then I choked again. And since then I've modified. I've taken a different approach. I'm just gonna start to avoid. I'm gonna delete this down stuff at the cost of getting stuff that goes straight up, and I'm just want to go like this now. So I'm gonna sacrifice huge gains so I can avoid huge losses, and I'm just gonna kind of go a little more conservative. See, so I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna do stupid things anymore. But I'm up 44.8% in 10 months. So if I could have avoided, if I wouldn't have been a moron and sold here, this would have been here like this, and this would have been here, plus the gain from Fuel Cell would have been here. And then if I would have not been a moron here, that would have been another here like this. And then plus this one, I'd be about here. I honestly would be about at the bottom of this plant is where my graph would be if I wasn't just a moronic beginner. So I've learned a lesson or two. And actually I was kind of looking forward to learning my lessons. These are extremely valuable lessons. This is where I was at when CNBC started scaring the death out of people. It's up 77%, 16.4 thousand. So I'm pretty sure I was on my way with my refined strategy, and this downside would have been way down here where my pointer's at. I sold right here, and then where this blip starts out here is where I got back into it, is what you're looking at here. This is where I bought up over Thursday and Friday. I bought all these. I was out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Unfortunately, this Monday was one of the biggest gains in history, and that's what was the leap year malfunction that Robinhood had. So I would have gained another 1,000 or 2,000 here, but so that was a big bummer. They got some kind of compensation package coming out. They've given people $15 back so far. It's to be seen what else they're gonna do. But anyways, this little flat line here is actually not as good as it could have been, but it could have been a lot worse. But anyways, like I said, I'm avoiding the worst, hopefully from now on. But one thing about the stock market is it doesn't, you can have wonderful companies and it doesn't matter sometimes, and it doesn't have anything to do with business. Sometimes it's just psychology. A lot of psychology runs this, a lot of fear. This point should probably be right about here right now. This is a fear. It's a fear down. Fear, fear, fear. So this might not be the best time for a beginner to get in. You might want to wait until early summer, late spring, till all the headlines die down. It's the media, it's the headlines that do it. It has nothing to do with the companies. Basically in the best economy in recorded history right now. So that's not what's making these big downs. Okay, I'll let you get out of here. I sure hope you enjoyed. For those of you interested, all you gotta do is just Google. You can just put those call signs right in Google. It'll fire it right up to you. All right, thanks for watching. Hi, Grace. Hi, Mom. What you say, Mom?